Welcome back to All Things 80s. Now this will be the fourth and final part of the Knickerbocker Dukes of Hazzard series. This one is the 2-speed Stuntbuster action stunt set. Now this was a toy that I did not have as a child. I remember seeing it, or it may have been the Barn Buster, but I would think I chose to have the speed jumper just because of the fact that it did jumps through the air, and this one apparently does not. However, not to be confused with the Barn Buster, which was the other set produced by Knickerbocker. I believe this was just a trimmed down version. The Barn Buster had the barn, obviously, and a couple of extra ramps to do little tricks and things, but this one was available brand new in 2019. So we're going to go ahead and open this, hopefully assemble it without too much problem. If you saw the video on this speed jumper, there was a lot of problem getting that old plastic to stick together. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what this is all about. Should point out as well that these cars in these sets, the General Lee does have a large spoiler on them, simply because the car does wheelies, and it's to add some support for the wheelies. And they actually included the spoiler on the drawing here, which is interesting. But yeah, again, this was something that I would have probably been 7 or 8 years old when this came out, and I'm just sort of apprehensive about opening something this old, but I do want to see what it's all about, so try and be as careful as possible. This one, the adhesive is really strong on these things. And if you watch the video for the speed jumper, you'll see how even the stickers within the set that were to be applied still worked perfectly, close to 40 years later. That's pretty impressive. Okay. Alright, it's one line of adhesive glue. Okay, that was like a friction burn, that kind of hurt. Anyway, let's see what we have. Oh no, I see a lot of plastic needing to be assembled. Okay, and here we have the General Lee without any of its decals on, and this one, I think, yeah, it's the exact same. It's the 2-speed, so clearly there must be some sort of mechanism, and there we have it. There's the little mechanism that activates the second speed. What's this? Barrels and barn doors. The barn itself. I'm very wary of these old plastic toys because the plastic is very brittle, and I'm just afraid to do any damage. And again, we have the same set of stickers or decals for the General Lee, but this time they do look as if they may actually work. And what's this? Oh, more stickers. Oh, it's like the barn roof. Okay, and we have the instructions. And again, this might be the same offer as before. Yep, $6.77 will get you another one of these cars. And again, I say, back in '81, that's quite a lot of money, I would have thought. Instruction sheet. Yeah, same as before, we got stickers and interlocking plastic, which I'm not a huge fan of, but let's go ahead and do this. Wow. Okay, the seal on this plastic bag just disintegrated. Those sticky sticky things. Okay. Anyway, so here we have what looks like a couple of barn doors. I guess these boxes, these like wooden crates, just stay as is, and these barrels get assembled. And again, this should be straightforward enough, and just I'm wary of the old plastic. Plus, I think, as I saw on the last set I had to assemble, there's like a real issue with the plastic maybe having warped over time. You see, this is not going in at all easily. This might be another off-camera job, I think, because this is not at all going in as it should. One more to try. Plus, these pegs are very long, and like I said, very brittle as well. Oh, okay, that's not too difficult. Try again. Not bad. Why the hell is this one not going in? Exact same thing as the speed jumper. Just two of those pieces would not. Oh, man. Alright, that's for later. Next up, the barn. So how does this go on? I have to be honest and say these instructions are not clear, and this is me as an old man struggling. So does this, clearly it goes on like this, right? But again, more of this plastic. This makes me so nervous. Ugh. Oh, God. It's almost there, but it just needs that one final push that I'm just so wary of. You know what, I think I'm going to finish this assembly off camera purely because I can tell that there's going to be some nasty words coming out if this goes wrong, so I'd rather not have that on film. Yeah, so hopefully when we come back everything will be fully assembled and all stickered up and ready for some action, so we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back, and everything went pretty smoothly. The decals for the General Lee were as if they were brand new. These are perfect. Very nice. The barn went together eventually. Like I said, I was just wary of the old really brittle plastic breaking. I think I did break one in one of these barrels, but aside from that, everything else went according to plan. We're all set up, and of course we have the barn doors in place, ready to burst out. And it's a very straightforward set. Like I said, the two-speed car, the slight tab that's there, which will cause the car's the switch gets flicked, sends it into second speed, and we're going to do a quick test with this to see how it works. So anyway, first things first, I'm just going to get the car wound up. And of course nothing happens. Maybe not enough winding up there. Oh! It kind of did a wheelie. I better go retrieve that. We'll be right back. Okay, so I managed to find the car. I'm going to do one more little test. They do say it's supposed to come out doing a wheelie, and I think it does. We'll find out, and then we can wrap this up. But, you know, I think of the two sets, I do actually prefer the speed jumper, but one more try at this. And there it goes. Okay, so that was the Dukes of Hazzard Stuntbuster, which is basically a trimmed down barnbuster. As I said, I definitely do think the speed jumper was of way more fun. You know, it's not a bad little set. It's nice to have in the collection. So yeah, the toy I didn't have as a kid, I now do have. I'm reasonably happy with it. Like I said, doesn't quite match the fun levels of the speed jumper. So anyway, that now concludes the Dukes of Hazzard Knickerbocker 1980s toy opening and review. So I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed doing these. It was just nice to kind of transport myself back in time and just opening these new toys as if it were the first time. And in some cases like this, it was the first time. So anyway, please do like, please subscribe, and keep it all things 80s, and see you in the next video.